What day of
Whatever
October is it?
it's the 9th.
9th, yes, and it's 2017. And that's a big old tree from Louisiana.
It
Now,
sure lost.
it's been growing there for many years, more, since I've
Right.
lived in South Fayetteville. And it got hit by a storm,
Mhm.
and it's being taken out.
It really
In
did.
fact, that trailer park that it's in is, they're not going to take all the trees out because they want the shade.
Yes.
They're going to lease those lots out for people who come to the ball games and
I see.
things to Fayetteville. This little house was one that you can see it's got a new roof and it's all fixed
Right.
up, and it's out there on by the stream that runs.
Great House Spring.
Yeah, Great House Springs, Great House Park,
Yeah.
and those the Universal Unitarians support that
That's nice.
park area, and okay, little skipper, and
Asters,
uh-huh, and
Monarch,
another monarch in a different place, but
on
there have been
Goldenrod.
lots of them this last few days, and they're moving again, and there's one going
In flight.
in flight, and here's one of the big grasshoppers that we
Right.
see, and I got real lucky. He was right out there in the bright light, and I think it's better than any we've had all summer as far as the grasshoppers, to see the color and so forth, and
Right.
I cropped it, of course, to try to get a best shot of them.
That's the
American-
American Lady, you said?
Yeah, American Lady, and see that one. It may be a male.
Many bees.
Bees all over
Honeybees.
on that goldenrod, and just delightful. And there's one that was upside down. I mean, there were just thousands of these, have been around this year, this summer,
Right.
late. And see that bumblebee and
I do.
the little thing at the top there. I think it's a kind of moth.
Right, you can see the long wings sticking out
on
down.
feelers and all. And I hate to think we won't be seeing too many bees and
Right,
such.
there it is.
But there's that little moth, and I had its name last year or earlier this year, but I couldn't remember it today.
I think-
And but you can see the thick antennae, mean it's
I
a
do.
moth. And
There's
this,
a leaf roller moth that hits grapes, I think,
Uh-huh.
leaves that look similar, I think.
uh-huh. And this is a seed pod from a orange milkweed, tuberosa, Asclepias tuberosa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time to collect some seed if you know where some are, and get them so you can sow them in the winter or spring.
Right.
And here's another one of those American ladies, and they're on asters.
Brown
and-
skipper
Uh-huh.
and a leaf-footed
Bug, yeah.
with leaves showing. Leaves, his
Look
leaf
like-
feet are showing.
Leaf foot.
Right.
And this maybe,
Fly.
I'm thinking it's either Coreopsis. I have to look at the foliage, but anyway, I was mainly looking at the insect on it,
Uh-huh.
and there were lots of these, and it may be a fall blooming Coreopsis. I think it could be what it is.
River oats.
Yeah, the river oats are plentiful. If you drive in the country, like South Fayetteville, any of these back roads that are shady, well, that stuff does real well in those
Sure
wet
does.
spots.
Well,
Until next time,
till
John,
next time.
do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green, and we'll be right back to talk about the Indigenous Peoples Day. Hey, John Rule, today was
October 9th.
and that's the Indigenous Peoples Day,
Right.
celebrated in Fayetteville, like many other places. And these are some of the people that marched all the way down from the university
To the trail
to the
marker.
Trail of Tears marker there on
Right.
at MLK,
Mm-hmm.
and so they are made up by well, half the people in that little group there that you can see were clearly indigenous people, Native Americans, and some of them spoke, and I recorded some of that. I'll have it on YouTube, I hope, maybe by tonight sometime. And NASA, Native American Student Association. There you can see the sign better. And I've made a lot of pictures of this
Right.
in between before I did the video where they were talking, because the video's never very good in that area because the darn trucks are going by.
Yeah, there's so much noise and everything.
Students from Texas just gunning their motors and going by,
Oh, Lord.
and little wind blowing, and they didn't have a loudspeaker on.
Right.
And so you just see some of these folks there. That gentleman at the right holding that tripod, he's a university official and always there. I don't know exactly what his title is, but he's been with it a long time. And of course, Dick Bennett's there. He was one of the founders. He's in the background. You'll see him probably in the background, some of these pictures. Yeah, he's back there with that straw hat on. See him in the right?
Yes.
Behind Mayor
I do,
Jordan
I
back
do.
there. Yeah. So it's Indigenous Peoples Day. And I was just hearing things on the radio about other states and other cities where they're celebrating it and wanting to permanently name it Indigenous Peoples Day instead of, what is it? Who's Columbus Day? Is that what it is?
Right.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people aren't too excited about how Columbus and the others came over and what they did to the indigenous people who were all over this continent and South America,
Both accidentally and purposefully.
Yes, and so we have to keep in mind that there are good reasons to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day.
Right.
And fact is, most of us, like white guys like you and I, don't really know whether we do have some ancestors or how many there may have been.
True. That's true.
You never know these days unless
My wife had a connection, and her grandfather was in the convention to write an Indian state of Sequoia for the 5 civilized tribes territory of Oklahoma. And he was quite active in that in 1906, 1905 and 6. In Oklahoma, he was on the Cherokee legislature for a while and so forth until statehood and so forth. And was mayor of Claremore several times and stuff like that. It's really interesting to read about.
Well, you're pretty close to completing the book your wife had started.
Yeah,
she'd
written most of it, but Alzheimer's kept her from doing the last few chapters, so I'm doing it.
Well, I hope we all get to read that before too long. It may be a bestseller.
I hope so.
See ya.